It's 6:42 a.m. on March 23rd, 2022. Whatever else you think you might be doing today, let me just remind you of something. From here, quote, he has refused to assent to laws, dissolved our representative houses, combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution, plundered our seas, ravished our coast, burnt our towns, destroyed the lives of our people. He is transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy. He has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages. Now, hold on a second. That was a forewarning. They'd already been alerted. But let me remind you of what you need to contend with right now, today, and every single day from here on out. Don't say that you're trying to play fast and loose with some sort of interpretation of the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment should never have happened. Why? Because, quote, he, George III, has waged cruel war against human nature itself, violating its most sacred rights of life and liberty in the persons of a distant people who never offended him, captivating and carrying them into slavery in another hemisphere, or to incur miserable death in their transportation thither. This piratical warfare, the opprobrium of infidel powers, is the warfare of the Christian King of Great Britain, determined to keep open a market where men should be bought and sold. He has prostituted his negative for suppressing every legislative attempt to prohibit or to restrain this execrable commerce. And that this assemblage of horrors might want no fact of distinguished dye, he is now exciting those very people to rise in arms among us, and to purchase that liberty of which he has deprived them by murdering the people upon whom he also obtruded them, thus paying off former crimes committed against the liberties of one people with crimes which he urges them to commit against the lives of another, end quote. This was in the original Declaration of Independence. It was never negotiable. And if you are doing what I understand you're doing, you have proven that very point. You better not be in co-conspiracy with this horror about which we have been warned ever since the inception of this country, ever since the first prostrations before each other, when we rose up to let the infidels know we would not accept this. Ever. Even if it took 250, even if it took 300 years, it was never acceptable. You better not get caught in such a treasonous pose. You better not today be getting caught trying to barter away your own people or importing people from other countries to sell off as slaves to curry favor with some foreign imposter government that you believe you're going to placate in order to win favor because you've intentionally imposed yourself within the institutions of government to undermine it and enslave your own people. There was never any negotiation with those terrorists at the onset. All your actions have done is proven it. If you become one of them, then you need to be warned today. There will be no mercy. You have no right to incite your own people to murder in order to save our own lives. You need to stand down today. You need to admit today what infamy you have been up to. You've been called. You've been called out. You will not be shown mercy.